The ayes have it. How many times have we heard that, right? I, hear, hear. So we're going to do the I's today, the 3 points under the letter I in the alphabet for caregiving. The first one is invite loved ones into participation or doing tasks with you that you need to help them with when you go into the house, but let them help. If mom or dad are taking a shower and they have a really hard time, you don't have to do the whole bath or the whole shower for them. If they can do their arms or they can do their face, let them. Give them that washcloth. Make sure it's warm first. Make sure it has this specific soap or whatever they need on it. If they can't reach things, make it easier for them so that they don't fall. But make sure that you work together as a team and invite them into helping with the tasks. It makes them feel more independent and they like to do things. Like my mother-in-law always loved puzzles. She's having a really difficult time doing those now because she has a lot of shakes. But she used to love to do those with us, and she'd do a little bit, then she'd get tired, then she'd go sit in her chair, and then we'd work on it for a little bit, and then she said she'd go back by it because it was on a table beside her in the living room, and when she'd walk by it, she would see, oh, I see a puzzle piece that could go in there. So she would just do it, for the week. She'd just work on it and get the puzzle done, and then get another one out, and it was just fun. We'd go over there, and there'd be a whole different puzzle because she finished it. And sometimes her cat would go over there, and some of the pieces would be missing because the cat would throw them all over the floor or underneath something. But it was just having those little things that you could do together, make it fun and work together, because that's the way that you create independence and love and having that dignity, that support. Because when you talk down to people or when people are mean or negative or rush, it makes you feel like you can't do it right. It crushes your independence because it crushes your confidence. And I think we all have had that done before in the past. So we have to think about, don't be mean to mom, don't be mean to dad. Just explain and help them with the tasks. Hey, if they want that washcloth, if they want that specific kind of soap, you help them with that. Next is implementation of devices. Mom or dad may have a reacher or a grabber. My dad had a grabber, and it was great because he actually had an air conditioner unit in his room because his breathing was so bad. He would use this air conditioner unit that actually sat on the floor and went out the window. And what he would do is he'd have the air on, but sometimes it was blowing so much that it was cold for him. And he was a very thin guy. Well, he would take his grabber and he would reach across and pull that blanket into a certain place so that he still was getting air from below, like the edge of his bed or down below where his feet were, but it wasn't freezing him out. And then sometimes he'd get really warm and he'd take that reacher and he'd pull his covers back across. But he had that independence. He had that tool to be able to use. Make sure that your loved one has those tools, whatever they need to get their shoes on or to get their mittens on or, anything. Those little tools can help them become more capable of doing what they need to do and become more independent and confident. And that's what you want, because you want everybody to keep their muscles, right? Because when we don't use it, we lose it. So we want to keep those muscles. We want to keep going and keep them as independent as possible. Number 3, include them in decisions. It's so important. You don't want to just always make the decisions for somebody. You're not their mom or their dad saying bad, 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 and no, you can't do this way. It's their house. It's their way. It's their bodies. Like we've said before, it's so important. Just let them be included. Let them be a part of things. Let them make their decisions. Because guess what? Mom or dad's going to kick you out of that house because they're going to get sick of the little attitude of you telling them what to do. Because they're going to say to you, you're making me feel like a child. And we're not there to do that. We're there to be kind and loving and supportive and include them in the decision making so that they feel respected and not managed or pushed around. You don't want anybody to feel that way. Just invite, implement, include, and independence will grow with your loved one. And that's the most important thing, because everybody wants the best thing for their loved one is keeping them home, keeping them safe, and keeping them independent as possible to keep them home.